What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your #1 Embrace coach. And I want to let you know that my book, The Embrace Method, How to Leverage Your Trauma and Pain to Live the Life of Your Dreams, the second edition is now available on Amazon for purchase. Through heartfelt anecdotes, practical exercises, and profound insights, this book will show you how to confront your demons, heal your wounds, and emerge stronger and more resilient, ready to embrace a future with limitless possibilities. Remember, embracing your pain is the first step to transforming it into power. Be sure to get your copy today. And remember, embrace your struggles, embrace your successes, and most importantly, embrace yourself. Visit www.embracemethod.com to learn more about the Embrace Method book and the Embrace Framework.
Welcome to the Roots and Rhythm podcast, where we explore the essence of culture, our experiences, and a healing journey that shapes our growth and family. Through heartfelt stories about marriage, mental health, relationships, and parenting, we create a space where you can find connection, understanding, and inspiration. Join us as we explore the rhythms of life, one story at a time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Roots and Rhythm podcast, where we explore the rhythms of life, one story at a time. It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your #1 Embrace coach, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host.
Angie, la cyber mommy.
Is in the building. You know, remember before you said you needed your own catchphrase, you needed your own nickname. Now I need myself like my own little cyber mommy. Now I need some of that. I need a gesture so you guys can recognize me with. So, because if somebody recognizes you in the street, you even got to say who you are. You got to do some of that.
Oh, you're the bull. You're the...
I'm not going to walk around going like... So I get holy water sprayed on me. I ain't doing that.
You're the... What is it? Embrace Wakanda forever.
No, that's already taken.
I don't know. That's all I got right now.
So, Angie, tell us about your week, man. I know you had a trip over the weekend.
Yes. So I went to Vermont with the Zetas for Soul Santa. So we had...
Zeta.
No, stop. So then... Don't do that. Don't do that.
She's like, don't do that.
No.
You'll summon the gods.
No, don't do that. So, yeah, we had Soul Santa. So we had Santa, a whole bunch of kids. We gave away prizes. We had crafts. Great time with my sorority sisters. Always beautiful to see them. And then Lito had his birthday party.
Oh, man, it was good.
And the girls went to that with Wallow.
Yeah, man, we had Lito's birthday party, his 3rd birthday party, and I cannot believe he's already 3.
You got a 3-year-old?
Yeah, you know, it's weird because when I go on social media, everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe I have a 4-year-old. I'm like, really? You know how old they are? You give birth to them? But I think for me, it's more so just realizing how quickly the days are coming and just reflecting on, like, me and Lito looked at pictures of him when he was born that day. And I was a mess, man. I was crying.
I bet.
I woke him up.
Yeah.
And, yeah, there's no love like the one that you have for your child. And to see him surrounded by so much love, of course, we missed you and a couple of our friends, but, you know, to see so much love surrounding him. And it was just too good. It was too good. And in that moment, I'm like, yo, it doesn't matter what else I want in life. Like, this is it. Like, if this is all I had for the rest of my days, this is all I'd be good with. So... very happy.
I love that. But yeah, so I mean, I just feel like now he doesn't look like a baby anymore. He's like a kid.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
His haircut.
Look at his smile, yo. His smile is looking different these days. I'm like, yo, dude.
Get all them teeth.
Well, because he used to be like, but now he's kind of like, what's up, man?
Yeah.
He's a cute kid, man. I'm very proud of my son, man. I love this dude. But wait. All right, so before we jump into anything today, you already know what it is. If you like to smile and you like to laugh, make sure you like to subscribe to. Hit that subscribe button right there. I forgot the graphic on the last episode, so we were pointing at nothing. But today, you're going to see it right there. Subscribe. Make sure you like and follow this podcast on all platforms so we can get this out to more people, you heard?
Yeah.
Come on. Now,
Share it. Send a link to somebody.
Send it to somebody. Now, all right. We talking about some cool things today, all right? In the spirit of the holiday season, we're discussing what it's like to have a partner, right? And what it's like to navigate new holiday, not really traditions, but just
parties,
parties, all that stuff.
Yep. Different situations and different personalities, right?
Right.
You bring a group of people together. You might be an introvert. Your partner's an extrovert. So how do you like navigate those things?
And we're also going to be talking about how do you navigate? What is it like for single people to navigate the holiday season, man?
I'm going to tell you how it is. If you come from a Caribbean household, the first thing that they're going to ask you, these aunties, y el novio, and your boyfriend, y la novia, and your girlfriend. They just hate to see people single and happy, bro.
I feel like people would rather see, in our generation, people would rather see you together and miserable than apart and miserable/happy.
Right.
And I'd rather actually be single and happy with myself than be with somebody who makes me crazy.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I can't speak for that. It's been a long, long time since I've been single. It's been 13 Christmases since I was single.
Wow. I don't even know how many Christmases.
Yeah, I think it's like one, depending
19.
on where you met, because I met Jules in July of 2013. So it's like, let's see, there's Christmas of 2013. And so it's actually more like 14 Christmases.
Yeah, that's a lot of Christmas.
That's a lot of Christmases. So we're going to be talking about that. The first thing I want to talk about is we had a very interesting conversation right before we started this podcast. We were talking about how when you came back and the gas in your car. And I thought it'd be something interesting for the audience to hear.
So I don't pump gas. And just to clarify, because Vlad was like, what do you mean? I know how to pump gas, Vlad.
Yeah, when she first said it, I was like, Angie,
I'm not afraid. Right. I'm not afraid to pump gas. I know how to pump gas. Okay. And if I have to, aka Wallace is traveling or I'm traveling somewhere, I pump gas if I have to.
If you have to. Okay.
But I went to Vermont and I came back on 1 tank of gas. I didn't have to pump gas.
Wait, really? 1 tank?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, a full tank.
Full tank, yeah.
You went on 1 gallon of gas?
No. No, I didn't have to stop. I had a full tank. Went to Vermont, came back. I still had half a tank. But then a little bit less than half a tank. Then Wallace went to the gym. He went to school. He went to a few places. So today, when I came here, I pulled out of the driveway and I'm almost on E. And I was like, I guess I'm driving to the gas station. So I'm on my way to the gas station. I call Wallace and I was like, Wallace, I need an air grievance. I was like, did you know that there's no gas in the car? And Grant, I just want everybody to know we have 1 car because Wallace travels. So we have 1 car. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I saw the gauge and I thought it was full. I'm like, wrong gauge. I was like, it's empty. I just wanted to air that grievance. So I'm going to the gas station. And I like to go to a gas station where I don't have to put my own gas. It's like the service one.
Man.
Because again, even when Wallace isn't here, I ain't pumping my own gas. You know?
Yeah, but why?
Because that's, again, we talk about gender roles. That's a boy job.
Well, actually, you know what? It's funny you say that.
Why would I touch a gas pump when I got a man's?
I don't know, because you got to get gas.
Nope. Unless I absolutely have to and he's not around.
All right, so what if Wallace had an ailment that precluded him from getting out and pumping gas if you were traveling in the car together? What would you do?
What ailment? But no, obviously if Wallace could not, obviously I would, Vlad. That's different. Okay. But he is able-bodied, of sound mind and body. He can pump my gas. So you've never pumped the gas in the car while Wallace was never in my life have I pumped gas and Wallace was sitting in the car.
Would something like that frighten you?
It wouldn't frighten me. I'd just be like, is this my life?
I mean, okay. So what about
Vlad? This is not just an Angie thing, because I'm going to guarantee you, Vlad, 99% are going to say, of course not. I'm married.
And cite the reason for not pumping the gas
because that's a boy job.
What?
It's just like taking out the trash. There's just some things. Yeah, there's some things that are just men need to do it.
Okay, let's flip the script. What if I just said there's certain things that only women need to do?
Like what?
Like childbearing.
Boo, no, not the same.
Why not?
Because that's you helped me make this child.
What if we both bought the car together?
No, that's still a boy job.
No, it's the same thing. All right, maybe not childbearing.
It's not the same thing. It's
what
not
if I said it's only a woman's job to cook the dinner? I need a warm meal on my plate for me and mine every day. That's a woman's thing to do.
No, but you know what? It works in some houses. That's how it is in our house. Wallace and I have that understanding. Wallace doesn't know how to boil water.
Well, this is different though, because we're not talking about ability. We're talking about a role, right? Now, I might know how to cook,
lot of people,
and I'll say I don't want to do that because that's not why I got married.
Vlad, a lot of people would say, why can't Wallace learn how to cook? He's a grown man.
What age did you meet marry Wallace at?
He was 24 and I was 25. Oh, I was almost 25. He was almost 24.
Yeah, it's kind of far along, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. But we've been together since he was 17.
But you don't have to learn how to pump gas. It takes like 5 seconds.
But I'm not doing it.
You got to burn
I think
shit.
it's like, I don't want to say a respect thing, but I think it's like of service. Like, why would you allow me to come out of the car to touch something gross to pump gas when you are a man and you can do it?
What if Wallace didn't want to do that? What if he was like, nah?
We would not be together.
Well, let me ask you this. What about car maintenance?
That's also Wallace's job / the mechanic.
So, okay. But whose job is it to notice the car needs maintenance?
Wallace.
And why is it Wallace's job? Is it because he's a man?
Because he's my man's.
Okay. So what if Wallace was gone for like Alaska, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say he's gone for like, I don't know.
He would make sure that everything is done in the car before he leaves. If I had to, obviously I would. But why would I have to if Wallace would make sure that everything is done?
You said you owned your own car before you met Wallace, right?
Yes.
So who did the car?
The mechanic.
But how?
And my daddy.
Oh, I see.
Did you make sure to take the car to get an oil change?
Yeah, did that thing.
Yeah. No, that was my dad.
So you never.
He's like, make sure. I mean, he'd be like, make sure that, what does the sticker say? Yeah.
But he told you what to look out for so that you could take care of yourself.
Right. Because he wasn't there. I was in college.
Uh-huh.
So
you had to do it.
I had to. But again, why would I worry about that now that I have a man's?
I think it was surprising for me.
I'm not hyper independent when it comes to things. I'm not one of those. I don't need a man. I do. I need my Wallace Thomas. Okay. Well, I could do it, but why would I? Like, what is the point then?
I think what surprised me about it because you do strike me as somebody who was hyper independent.
And before I met Wallace, yes. But why? He lets me live this soft life, Vlad. Why am I going to go backwards?
Well, all right. The reason why I pushed back on it was because, I was raised completely differently, right? I was raised by my mother to do everything by myself. And maybe that's to a fault, actually, because that actually precluded me from being able to ask for help when I needed it.
Yeah.
But I never got married with an expectation that my spouse was going to do anything else for me but keep me emotionally safe. When it came to those practical things, I'm like, I know how to trash. I know how to do my trash. I know how to do my car. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. So they ain't because my mom always told me, ain't nobody going to be doing that shit for you.
But let me ask you, Vlad. So when you and Julia together, you let her get out of the car and pump your gas?
Of course not. I'm driving my own car. Julia
so when you drive in this rare occasion that you're driving Julie's car, don't you drive Julie's car when Julie's in the car with you?
Of course. Because Julia doesn't like to drive. Okay.
But then, does she pump her gas when you're in the car with her?
She has.
When you're in the car?
Yeah.
Gross. No, thank you.
Usually I'm trying to think back to what the situations were that would have precipitated that. And at the top of my head, I'm thinking if I was in a lot of pain and it took a long time for me to get up.
Well, you do have an injury. But so that's different. Wallace does not have an injury.
Well, that's why I asked.
Yeah. No. But if he did, of course, Vlad, if Wallace could not physically get out of the car, what am I, crazy? No. Or not crazy. That's too strong. I'm compassionate enough to be like, I got you. Because that's what we're there for, right? But Wallace knows I feel strongly about this. So he's going to pump the gas. And he doesn't have a problem with this. Now, like, there goes Angie over here making me do stuff because I'm a man. So
let me ask you this. What is your, when the time comes, what you tell the girls about pumping gas, cooking, all that other stuff? Like, is that a role that you expect for them to adopt?
I expect them to be treated like the queens that they are.
Okay.
I also don't close or open doors. Wallace does that.
What do you mean?
Like a door, like if we were walking through this door, Wallace would open the door.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's a gentlemanly thing to do.
So Wallace is a gentleman. And I would expect the girls to be treated just like that. And they're going to know that. I feel like they're going to know even if I don't tell them because they see Wallace mirroring that or showing that. So that's what they think a man should do.
So what are the other things that are hard lines for you? So it sounds like pumping gas is a hard line for you.
Anything outside. I don't take out the trash.
So about shoveling?
I don't shovel. Crazy.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Vlad the Bull, your #1 embrace coach. Listen, I know that you are enjoying this Roots and Rhythm podcast episode, but I want to take a minute to talk to my fellas. Let's talk energy and vitality. If you've been feeling low, sluggish, or not quite yourself in the bedroom, it's time to check out the Natural E-Man. It's a powerful, all-natural men's supplement created by a good brother I trust, Dr. Quentin Cancel, someone I met in my men's group who's all about holistic health and real results. Trust me, I've seen the impact firsthand. So if you're ready to level up your energy, confidence, and performance, visit naturaleman.com and feel the difference. That's naturaleman.com. The link's in the show notes. All right, y'all, let's get back to the podcast.
Okay, so then what happens if there's a snowstorm and Wallace is not there?
My neighbor does it because he knows that I'm by myself.
You know what? Is this like a Caribbean thing?
It might be.
Because it sounds reminiscent of like whenever I'm away for a conference or something like that. My mom will check on my wife and make sure she's good.
Right.
And and Jules is like, what you need to check on me for? Like, I'm a grown ass woman. I could check on myself. And she didn't understand it at first. I didn't understand it either because I never really saw that. And the only thing I could offer her was that's just how people in our culture.
No, exactly. We take care of each other. And again, my neighbors know if that big old chore bus is in front of my house, Wallace is traveling. And he does it without even thinking, like he'll just come and do the driveway. And sometimes he does it when Wallace is home because he's like, oh, they're busy with the girls. They have little kids and his kids are out of the house.
What if that neighbor was not available? You probably get out and obviously.
If Wallace was gone, yeah. But now that I have Vladimir, I would call Vlad and be like, Vlad,
of course,
please. And of course he'd come to the rescue.
Angie, I think I just want to see you out there.
No, you don't.
Pumping gas and shoveling.
Oh, hell. No, but again, if I absolutely had to, obviously I would do it. Why would I do that?
I mean, it sounds like if it's not necessary, you would.
No. Okay. I would do it if it's absolutely necessary. And the girls know, like, you have to be able to do for yourself.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
but if there's someone available to be of service, why not?
Do you think, so then let me ask you this. Do you think this next generation of men, the ones that will be dating your daughters, who may or may not be Lito, because we always have a joke around.
I love how he just threw that in there.
Who may or may not be Lito. Do you have that expectation of them to treat your girls as the queens that they are?
Yes.
Is that going to be the cultural expectation?
Yes.
Because I don't have my ear to the ground necessarily for what these younger cats are doing these days, but it strikes me that people are deviating from norms, so to speak. And so the hard lines between masculine and feminine, male and female.
Yeah, it's more fluid.
Yeah,
for sure. And to your point, do I see Alana shoveling snow? Never. But do I see Arya? Probably. Arya likes to rough and tumble outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, Arya will be out there. She won't even need the shovel. She'll just be...
Right. No, and it's funny because it's just so cute to see because she'll say, oh, Alana's so beautiful. And she'll handsome. Like, she'll even say, like, I think she equates being handsome to strong. You know, versus, like, handsome, right? So in my mind, I just see her being, like, the more tomboy doing rough things. You know what I mean? Tomboy. Even though she loves dressing frilly, but the actions of more tomboy is what she likes to do.
What they used to say, get you one that could do both, right? Yeah. Well, you know what I do, and this is the last thing I'll say about this, I guess. It drives me up a wall that Julie does not maintain her car in the way that it would make sense for her to. And the reason why I say it is because I don't expect her to do anything with my car, but that's because we both had different, like, you always had a car, I always had.
But why don't you take care of her car, Vlad?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
But I can't do it all.
Yeah.
So
fair.
So my thing is like this: if I'm already busy maintaining the property, shoveling, doing all that other stuff, managing our other rental property, and getting all that stuff in order, appointments, all that shit. If I'm doing that, please just take your car.
To get maintenance.
Because here's the thing, I already told you, right? One time I was driving Julie's car. I'm in the driver's seat, and Julie just reaches over frantically and tries to do something on the dashboard. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you, like, hiding drugs in this? You got a trap in here or something? Like, what's going on? She says to me, oh, no, it's nothing. And she has a piece of paper over the dashboard. So I'm like, what's behind that piece of paper? And she's like, oh, it's nothing. So I'm like, yo, pull that piece of, let me see this. She's like, no, pull that piece of paper. It's a maintenance sign that she was trying to cover up. I was like, why? You know your car needs maintenance, right? It says right there. There's a big old wrench right there. And she says, oh, I know. I just don't like to look at it. And I looked, I was like, how long is this light bill?
What? As soon as the light comes on, I'm calling Wallace.
I was like, but that's the thing. Julie won't ask me for help. She'll just let it rock until the car, like, explodes.
Oh, no.
And so I'm like, Jules, this really could have been avoided if you would have A, asked for help, or B, just done it yourself. So one day I asked her, why don't you just fix your own car? Or, like, if the car comes on, The way you can avoid everything else in a car, Angie. But what do they tell you if you want to keep your car for the long haul? Get your oil change on time. They put a sticker with the mileage. All you gotta do is bop that matches this and that. And she's like, I don't like go. But to be fair to Julie though, all made sense when we finally. So one day she calls me. Her car was basically stalling on the highway on the way back from home, and so I had just picked Lito up from daycare. Didn't make it home yet. Well, actually, I did make it home. Packed him back in. Drove to meet her, and I don't remember how we did. She drove my car, and then I drove her car that was like stuttering and stopping on the highway. And, and because the anxiety was driving up for her. And so we got it to there. We made sure I dropped the car off, did the information, talked to the guy. But I said, listen, this is going to be a learning experience for both of us. I'm not going to talk to this guy on your behalf.
Right.
I'm going to introduce, we're going to go there together to the dealership, but I want you to be comfortable talking to him. And the reason, and she did. And she found somebody nice. And that's when I discovered that she didn't like going to dealerships. She didn't like going to maintenance. She didn't like doing anything.
And she's an introvert.
Because she's afraid that somebody's going to rip her off. Yeah. Because she's a woman. And I'm like, who would you learn that from? Your mother don't look like she play no games.
Right.
My mother-in-law will whoop your ass. Okay,
that's a corporate baddie right there.
Yeah, like she especially when it comes to logistics and she will whoop your ass. Yeah. That's why our mothers like each other because they have a mutual respect for each other's gangster, Yeah. And so Julie, and she found a nice guy and it ended up working out really well. And I explained to Julie, the reason why I want you to do this is because there might come a day, now or later, I don't know how long I'm going to live. I got to do everything I got to do right now.
Why y'all always bringing that up?
Because there's a very good chance. And maybe it's heightened for me because of what I used to do for work. Every time I left the house, I didn't know if I was going to come back.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there might be a good chance that I leave.
These husbands and their sound reasoning or whatever.
Well, remember how we talked about men being legacy minded? And it's about how, never mind me. How are you and my son going to be okay if something happens, something else happens, or if I'm just incapacitated for the season?
And again,
pick it up.
I am in total agreement that we should know how to do.
And that's all it is.
Yeah.
You can have the agreement because I'm not going to front here like Julie be driving me around because Julie will sit up there with her twinkly toes.
We're passenger princesses.
Passenger princess. And matter of fact, her mother told me, I'm so glad that Julie ended up with you. And I said, why? And she says, because I know that girl doesn't like to drive. And you drive her everywhere. I'm like, that's actually pretty accurate. How'd you know that? And she's like, I just do. Because she don't be with nobody that don't drive.
Right. No, exactly. And I think that's what we want, right? Like, we want someone that is going to give us that soft life. And I know I've been independent doing it because I am the oldest. And I feel like that responsibility is put on you already at such a young age, which is something I'm trying to break with Alana. Like, she wants to help me and I'm like, go be a kid. Go be a kid. I don't need your help. I'm the parent. You're the child. Go. And it's different, right? With when you have so many kids like my parents did. And they were, we immigrated here. So it's like they're trying to navigate this new life with kids. So it's like, I get it. But this is a new generation. Go be a kid. I'll handle it. And now I have Wallace, who is my helpmate. Like, I'm not going to do, if I don't have to, I don't.
Well, you know what? I feel the same way, though. And when we talk about roles in the household, whether they're gender-based or not, there's just certain things you fall into because it's your strength.
Yep.
And I think that's the way it should be. Not necessarily based on what your mom or your dad told you that you were supposed to be as a husband and a wife, but more so like what makes sense. Because sometimes it just won't align. For example, I was raised to do everything by myself. My mom never raised me to like put on a party and do decorations and all that. That was never my role. I'd help my mom with the decorations, but that was never my role. And when it comes to, like, for example, Julie's Lito's party, Jewel was running point on that whole project management. She got all the decorations. She got the theme. She got the plates that matched this. That is not my game.
Yeah.
And I would do it if I had to, be able to pump gas, but it would be my worst nightmare because it would take way too much of my time.
No, and then something different too is Julie don't cook. You're the one that cooks.
She can, though.
Yeah, she can. It's not her strength, and you do because, again, your mom raised you not to need someone to cook for you. Yeah. Because God forbid you don't end up being married, quote, quote, like Caribbeans is like, well, the wife's going to cook. No, my sons are going to know how to cook. They're going to know what they have to do. So that's, different. Wallace doesn't do anything at the house cooking wise. He learned.
Cleaning.
He cleans.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Wallace cleans, and I don't wash dishes because I cook.
I don't know how many black Southern raised men do not clean.
Right.
They don't
No,
cook.
no, no.
Like somebody, you got to have one of them. Right.
And he was raised by his mom, and his mom was a nurse, so she was never home. Usually, it's like 12-hour days. So yeah, he knew how to clean. He knows how to iron. Ironing is Wallace's like therapy.
Mom.
He does. He'll be in the basement with the ironing board. Like he loves it.
Does he know how to do the creases?
He does creases.
Yeah, but
and he hates
he's also
that
in the
he was in the Air Force, yeah. So yeah, he loves ironing. That's like his therapy. But yeah, he doesn't cook, and that's okay. That's fine because he is going to help me clean. He is going to do the laundry. He is going to iron the girls' clothes crispy. My clothes, I'm throwing them in the dryer because I don't like tying.
Julie does that, and it started to rub off on her. And there's certain things, like if you just need a quick T-shirt.
Yeah.
And you just toss that thing, you just need it to be wrinkle-free because it's going to conform to your shape.
Yeah, Wallace hates when I do that. And he's like, I'll get me and the girls. So you just do what you got to do with your stuff.
It's true, though. There's certain things that you just cannot replace with the iron. Like, you have to iron. For example, you can't just put slacks in the dryer.
No.
I got to iron them. I have to have the scump on my IEC, shout you out. You know what I'm talking about. I have to have the crease right in the middle. And my mom used to tell me the worst thing you could have is dube scump, which is like 2 lawns. And she'd be like, only suckers dress like that. They know that she's like, they know that nobody raised you right. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but that's good. I'm glad we talked that out because obviously I think it goes without saying whether it's gas, cooking, bills, shoveling, maintenance, what it doesn't matter.
Trash. That's another thing I don't do unless I have to.
Julie doesn't do the trash either. And it gets to a point where you get so used to doing stuff that you actually don't really want your partner to do it because
they're gonna do it wrong. Oh my gosh, Vlad, prime example. So I'm usually the one that goes to the grocery store. One, because I like it, and two, because that's my time to like. I'll go with my neighbor, and we have like mom's club. Like we go together and we catch up. We walk around. We walk, get our steps in, do groceries, right? Wallace went last week and I forgot why. I had to do something. Like I think I had like a late meeting at work or something, so he ended up going.
We're good to get this.
And again, I know
I gotta hear it.
Well, it's not on purpose, bro. But it's like, again, we try to budget, so we have a specific amount of money for like what I want to do.
Sure.
And again, because I already know. Prices went up. It's calculated. Like I already know.
You gotta know.
So I told him, I'm like, here's X amount of dollars. Like this is what we need. Right? Dollars. So I see a charge come in on the card, and I'm like, why is he spending money on the card when I gave him like it's enough, right? Then I see another charge come in for CVS because part of the money I gave him was to also get Aria's allergy medicine. She has eczema. So it's like
cash?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like, why is he spending, right? So then he comes home and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, what happened? And he's like, oh, because I saw this thing, and I had to get it or whatever. And I was like, but I gave you enough you should have had enough for everything. And he's like, oh, it's because I got like this extra thing. So I'm like,
Angie, right? You pull out that sense you want.
But I was like, babe, but like the plan, like I told you. And again, right. And it's not like, we're over here hurting like, oh, we can't come back from this. But it was just kind of like, but I told you what to do.
Yo.
And of course, Wallace is like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's okay. But I was like, but it's not okay. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, but that is my strength. Yeah.
I would say that's Julie's too. We haven't got it down to the budget yet. Right now, what we're working on is conscious spending.
Yes.
And I have a rule that might not necessarily be Julie's rule. But, and like, for example, today I bought some cute $5 socks.
Oh, yeah. It's like holiday socks. Like, and that's fine because there is like a discretionary, like you need a buffer. Yeah.
But for me, my discretionary buffer is like, hold up. If I could make this illustrated for the family watching right now, if I have a buffer of discretionary funds right here, it's gonna be about this big. This is how big my discretionary fund is.
Just for like some things, not like a whole other line item of Okay.
Now
I'm excited to see this.
Let me show you what my wife's discretionary fund looks like. It looked like this right here. And matter of fact, I'm gonna open it up just like this. It's open-ended. Okay.
The limit does not exist.
So when Jules comes back from shopping and she's like, oh, I thought she was just going to get some pouches. And she comes back with pouches and bouches and flouches and and couches.
All the things.
I literally came home with a sofa putting on play. But I'm like, yo, Jules, what do you need all this for? It's like, and my favorite line is, I just had to. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yikes. But I will say, in Julie's defense, I will say, sometimes you do have to, because if there's a sale on something that you already used, but it was on sale that you didn't need at the moment, but you'll end up saving money later. Or another thing that happens is everybody named Mama's birthday is right now. So if Wallace would have spent some of that money on like Trey's birthday gift or like, I don't know, my sister's birthday, like something that is coming up, then I would have understood. But like literally just what he spent it on, I wasn't going to say, but might as well. We did a Yankee Swap Secret Santa. He just wanted another thing for the Yankee Swap Secret Santa.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm like, that not necessary, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, if we're tight, and everybody's tight right now in America, if we're tight, I'm like, what the hell do we need all these animal crackers and random things that we do? And the thing is, I keep stock. I might not keep stock of what's in stock, but I keep stock of what we throw away because I hate the waste. So when I'm throwing stuff away, I get infuriated because even though I have lived that life, it's almost as if I did.
Right, that's money going down the drain. No, I get that. I hate wasting too. I'd rather give it to someone that's going to use it before we That's what my mom says. You know, we'll go to my mom's house for whatever, and she'll just. You know how Caribbean parents is. They try to give you like a whole armoire full of clothes, or full of food, rather. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want to just say. I'm like, Mom, if I don't eat all of it, there's only 2 of us in here, and let's keep it a stack. Like during the week, I eat different. Like when it comes to a holiday, I'm cool. Like, I eat clean during the week, and you give me junk food that's gonna last a week, I'm not gonna eat it. I mean, you did that today, so because of the party, it was on the weekend. There's a whole bunch of fruit, and he's like, take half of this fruit for the girls because Lito's not going to eat it by himself.
He's not going to eat it by himself. That's why you saw me scarf down a bowl. Yeah. I have to justify.
We have to eat the fruit. Yeah, it can't go bad.
Well, it got so bad to a point where, like, my mom used to tell me if the rice was a little off, just microwave it. It'll be fine. And we did that.
Well, no, that's why you have the stomach of steel, Vlad.
Yeah, like, I can eat something that is like, I don't know, a month past its due date. And as long as it smells fine.
And then your nose is off too, because I remember I came here one day and Julie told me about your stomach, and she's like, Angie, smell this. I'm like, bro, this, I'm gonna throw up thinking about it. And Vlad was like, oh, I don't even smell it. Gross.
That's to be fair. In my defense, I think I might have had a cold.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, no, don't eat it, Vlad. You're going to die. Throw it away.
Oh, man. Especially, it was milk, right? Is that what you had?
It was creamer, like a creamer milk, I think.
Well, you know what? We left some eggnog at my mom's house. And for Lito's birthday this past weekend, she brought it back. I don't know. I remember we left it, and she's like, you need to take this back. I brought it back for you. And I'm like, I don't know if I...
At this point, no thank you.
That dog was like, I don't know, whatever last time I saw my mom a couple weeks ago, I'm like, it might be past its prime.
Yeah.
Which actually is a good segue into our conversation today about the holidays, partners, and the single life. Now, if you are single, if this is cuffing season for you,
cuffing season,
and you have yet to cuff for the season,
if you're uncuffed,
if you are uncuffed, let us know what are some of the more difficult things to navigate in the holiday season. What is it like to navigate the holiday season without somebody now? Like I said, it's been 15 Christmases, 14 Christmases.
Like 18, 19 for me. That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's been well over a decade, almost. Geez, not too far, probably closer for you, almost 2 decades of time where you didn't have to worry about, dang, like, what's my Instagram gonna look like? Not that I cared about that stuff.
No.
But we do see a lot of that online, right? Like, we see couples, we see their traditions, we see them do it. So my first question for you, right, sis, on this conversation is, what have been your experiences with the holidays with Wallace, and when did you start creating your own holiday experiences together outside of the traditions that you guys brought each other in?
I think for us, even when we were in college, we would visit each other. So he was like 4 hours north in either Jacksonville or DeLand. If you know Florida, you know the distance with that. And I was in West Palm. So we try to do at least like one day. It didn't have to be like on Christmas or on Thanksgiving, but just around that time to just see each other and kind of like see the family, and so the families can get to know each other or get to know us. We wouldn't take our own families. But that's something that we did. But I feel like it's been so long since I was single, because even before Wallace, like, I was either dating someone else or people knew that I was like between relationships, so they wouldn't ask. But I have some cousins that are like just single all the time or single around the holidays. And the aunties just be on their case
every single time.
You know what I mean? And it's like, why can't people just be single? Why do they have to bring someone? Or it's like, oh, you're getting older. Like, you know, where's your boyfriend or where's your girlfriend? And it's like, who cares? Why can't people just be?
Now, is there someone in your family, you have to name their names, but there's somebody in your family that is chronically single that no matter how long it's been since they've been single around the holiday season, they always get the flack?
Yes. Yes. And you know who you are. And I love you.
Talk about you.
Yeah. But it just sucks because it's always like, leave them alone, you know? And it's never people like our age or a little bit older. It's always like 60 plus. It's always the people that are like way older. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, and some of them, I've been divorced. Like, where's your person then? You know, you're over here asking homeboy where his person is. Where's your person? Oh, divorced. Again, yikes. You know, it's like, and you can't clap back because now you're disrespectful.
You can't clap. Here's the thing you need to know, understand about the Caribbean household. You can't talk back and you can't defend yourself if they're trying to kick your ass. That one is big because I remember, I think one time my mom was, you know, doing the whole Haitian thing. You know how they discipline us. And I just put my hands up so I could like brace myself.
Yeah, we trying to hit your mom back. Oh, wait.
Oh, call that police. I'm like, damn, well, if we're talking about calling the police, maybe we should call her like, you know, like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, that's tough. You know, my boy, one of my good friends, he's single right now, and his brother just had a baby, or they didn't have a baby, but they're gonna have a child. And they announced it the other day. And the first thing, their dad turned around. They're like, "Oh, so congratulations!" And he looks at my boy and he's like, "Well, so what's happening with you when you having a baby?" Because we're the same age. You know, he's 35, and he's like, "I think I'm gay." I was like, "Yo." I was like, you know,
that'll stop the conversation right there.
And I think that's what he was trying to say. But remember, this is a religiously conservative immigrant family. Let's not play with that because that might be having conversations that you don't want to be having. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the other thing too, Vlad. So before we had the girls, we were married 7 years before we had Alana.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize.
And that was another question. It's like, oh, when are you going to have kids? And it's like, it's always so touchy because it's like, bro, you don't know if we've been trying and can't. You don't know if we've had any losses. And it's just kind of like fresh in our minds, you know? And it's like, part of me always and I used to tell people, like, stay out of my uterus, right? That was the thing. But it's like, I also wanted to say, and I never did because, again, being disrespectful was already disrespectful enough. I'm like, stay out of my uterus. And I'm like, why are you so worried about me while I was fucking and having a baby? Like,
stay out of my vasculations.
Please stop. But it's like, you don't know what people are going through for you to be asked. You don't know if, oh, where's your boyfriend or girlfriend? That person just left a relationship, was abused in a relationship, like they happen to be single, you know? So it's like, just let people be. Just be happy that they're there. Like, why can't you just enjoy the person versus like all this extra shit or people that they can bring into the family?
Well, because you know what it is our society is predicated on conformity, especially here. And but it's like that everywhere. Every society has its own norms. It has its own expectations, and you're a weirdo if you don't conform to those. And part of what's worse than that is social media and how accessible it is. Yeah. So every time you turn on social media, I remember I was telling my friend the other day, I remember a time when you used to be on Facebook and all you saw was whoever was on your timeline. These are people that you added.
Yeah, it was like this giant wall and people just wrote on it.
People just wrote on it. Now you're seeing shit from people you don't even know you follow. And it's the algorithm promoting content that you viewed, maybe that you liked, maybe that you've... And it's like, I don't even know you. Why am I seeing this shit on my page on Robert right now? It's divisive. But, you know, outside of that, divisive algorithmic, thank you. I don't know if that's the word. Outside of that, what is also divisive is seeing so many posts flood your timeline or fold your feed, as they call it now, you're being fed stuff of happy couples and matching outfits and pumpkins and pajamas and gifts and all that other shit. And you know what I said to myself this morning, Angie? I was like, I'm a content creator, but I hate being on social media.
Yeah.
I hate having, like, I wish I could just go into a vortex create my content, interact with the people.
We'll get there. We'll get there soon, Vlad, because that's what happens when you grow. Then you can hire someone, and then you could just literally do this and let someone else. Yeah,
cannot wait.
I feel you, because you do like our TikTok, and you're like, did you see what someone said on TikTok? I'm like, I don't even have TikTok. You know?
Yo, for real, it's a good thing.
I care, obviously, but who cares? Like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with randoms.
Well, just think about all the single people who are on social media, or even have to go to events, with their friends or family, and see all. And imagine being the only person in the room, where you're the only person who came alone, or you're the only person who's not married with a kid. And this feeds into a larger conversation. I remember one of my cousins and I were having a conversation around her post, and she's single, and the post was like, it was a question of, why do people, when they get married, act like their single friends don't exist, or their single people don't exist? And at first I was like, I had to clap back. I was like, what are you talking about? We don't do that.
But we do it unintentionally.
We do it unintentionally.
Yeah.
Like, look at the vast majority of the time that I spend socially with you guys. But the people that we spend our time with in our village also have kids.
Yeah.
And so you gravitate towards people that you have commonalities with. And we almost forget about the commonalities that we share with those in our lives who are not necessarily married or have children. But that most immediate need for community and for support come from people who are in it with you. And so how do you remember, especially in the holiday season, how do you remember the people that, you know, aren't changing diapers, aren't potty training, are not going to their in-laws and back and bouncing all that? Those people do exist, and they do require as much of our love as they always have, you know. But it's hard. You know how it is as a parent. Like,
it is hard. And you do it. Yeah, you do it unintentionally, because I'm in the trenches with this. Let me call someone that's also in the trenches or has gone through it already. But to your point, those single kidless friends or childless friends or whatever, they have done so much for us. Because if you think about it, who is celebrating their accomplishments? They come to all our stuff, the marriage, the wedding, the kid's birthday, the baby shower, the gender reveal, this. It's all about people with kids or married people. And it's like, no, we should also celebrate them opening a business. We should celebrate them graduating, them writing a book. They literally have the time and the capacity to do all these things. Is like, we should be celebrating that too, you know? And let them know, like, hey, you're doing great. You don't need this unless that's what you want, but that's not needed for you to live like a fulfilled, happy life.
Yeah. And there are those, you know, I had this really huge surge of gratitude after everybody left Lito's birthday party, because I got to catch up with friends that I hadn't seen in a long time. And it doesn't even matter how much time goes between us seeing, you know how it is when you see those friends, like you saw your sisters. You don't know how it is. Like, you know, when it could have been 5 years, you see them and it's like you just picked up a conversation from 15 years ago. And I was thinking, I'm like, damn, I talk on and on about the additions that I want to our house. And I want the garage, and I want a rump room, and I want this, and I want that. And I was like, yo, I was just talking to people that just came here to show me love. I've got several friends right now that are in the housing market, and it's hard. Yeah. You know, and we bought that house, our investment property, when interest rates were like sub 4, right? And we bought this house. It's going to be 2 years since we've been living here. And can you believe it? It's been 2 years, yo.
It feels like less and way longer.
Yeah, at the same time, right? Like, I feel like we just moved here, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, we've been here. We laid down roots. But the point is like, we're doing things that, in the life that we take for granted, that I might take for granted every single day. I've got people in my life that are like, yo, I would just kill to have something to mow. I would just kill to have somebody to hold.
Yeah, the we get to. Remember, we talked about that last episode. Like, we get to do all these things, and I just think in the society that we live in, it's never enough. Like, to me, Vlad, you have this huge house. Like, I wish I had a finished basement and another bathroom, and you have them. And what do you want? More. And
it's true. Like, it's so true, though. It's so true, and that's the cancer, though.
Yeah.
Of I want to say I want to say capitalism is bad. It's not terrible for everybody. It's terrible for most.
It's the comparison game, is what it is.
Yeah. And so for those who can't, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, everything is perspective, right? Because in the grand scheme of things, we're right here, smack dab somewhere in the middle. And even when we're struggling or things are tight, we're still smack dab right there in the middle class. There are people, I heard on the radio on NPR the other day, that homelessness in Worcester County is at an all-time high. Historically, it's never been this high. And I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, I'm sitting here worrying about how much money, as someday when I'm rich, how much money is going to cost for me to have the things that I want when people don't even have what they need.
Yeah.
And so
that's fair.
You know, when I think about our single friends and I think about the holiday season, like, yeah, sometimes, like, for example, Thanksgiving, it's a long day. It's a long day of driving between families. But there are people who would kill to have a family to drive to.
Yeah, or a place to drive to.
Or a place to drive to, or a warm meal, or just a family. We talk about our people who have dysfunctional families and don't have great relationship with their families. There are people who don't have families to go to, and they just sit by themselves alone.
Yeah, and there's people that take not advantage of their family, but that they don't appreciate the family that they have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then those will be the main people crying at a funeral.
You know, my mother always said, I told you me said, right?
What?
My mother said this. She was like, if you love me and you care about me, show me while I'm alive.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those people that come to my funeral and you never loved or supported me, cared, showed up for me, and you crying at my funeral because I'm going to come back from the dead. I'm going to snap your neck. And I was like, yo, damn.
That sounds just like your mom, and I'm here for it.
Oh, I was not expecting that, but at first it shocked me. The second time it was less shocking. By the third time I heard it, I was like, you know what? That's on par.
Yeah, but it's just, it does irk my nerves, Vlad, because, you know, my sisters, I love that they include me, like, we talk on the phone all the time, but like they'll hang out and then they'll call me and I'm like, not the same. So I'd be in my feelings sometimes, but it's like, everyone lives so far away, like Aka's up here, and granted, I can call Julia and I have mom's club and we hang out, but it's not the same as like your sisters and your siblings. So it's like it irks my nerves when people have their siblings close and don't vibe.
What works your nerves about them?
Because it's like, I wish that I could. So it's like a little bit of jealousy because I'm like, I wish that I could just get in my car that's full of gas because while it's pumped it and and go to my sister's house and just literally just chill, you know? So that irks my nerves.
Do you think then that? Oh wait, did you say something?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I just wish that I could do that. So it's like when people have that ability and don't take advantage or take it for granted, it's like, where are you teaching your kids? It's like it's like our kids learn from seeing us. It's like, how are they gonna know that their sibling, their brother or sister is important if you as a parent don't do that and model it?
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like we're so close, the six of us, because we saw my mom visiting her siblings. Her sisters would come when one of us had when one of us had a baby. When my mom had one of us to like stay with us. Like I specifically remember when my mom had my brother Mikey. It was during Hurricane Andrew in Florida. Oh, wow. Yeah. And my mom and my brother were in the hospital. Like, she literally just gave birth to him. He was a preemie. And my aunts were at our house with my dad and all of us. And I remember my aunts being there. And I remember, like, my mom calling from the hospital. It was in the middle of a hurricane. And my dad would go to the kitchen, grab the cord phone, because it was, like, that long cord phone, to come to the hallway where we had all the mattresses, because, you know, that's where there's no windows. Like, those are memories that I had when I was, like, little. And that's the type of sibling relationship that I hope my girls have. But what am I doing? I'm modeling it. Every time there's something, we go to Florida, my sisters come here, my brothers come here. We see, you know, you guys, and that, you know, the kids are growing up together. So it's like, I appreciate that. And I just hope that the kids see that because we're modeling it for them, you know?
You're creating the normal. You're creating a culture of community wherever they can find it.
Yes.
And no, let me run that back. Not wherever they can find it, but intentionally creating a community where they can find it. And that's going to be huge.
Yeah. And they see the importance of family, especially if they're not close. Like, we talk on the phone with my siblings every day. Like, if they can't physically see them, they know them on video. They, you know, I want to start, now that Alana can like write and she's like reading, like pen pals, like they could be little pen pals. And yeah, it's just going to be cute. But it's because we do that, so they see it. So even if I never tell Alana and Arya, siblings are important, you guys have to be in each other's lives for life, like hang out, do this, they see it, so they're going to do that, you know?
No, it's true. It's true, because as you already know my story of how we all grew up so segmented. And it was not because we didn't get along as children. It's because we got along great. Me and my brother and my cousins, we got along great. But we could have had so many more memories back then, but our family was divided by the politics with the adults. The adults couldn't get their stuff together, so we all suffered many, many years being apart from each other. And, you know, I think that there's something to be said about what we do during the holiday season, especially in front of our kids, which brings me to this question. There's a reason why families don't get together during the holidays, and usually it has to do with some unresolved beef. Whether the beef is just been contested and nobody can find common ground, or because the holidays are just too tough a time, it's triggering, or because people just don't know how to multitask or manage multiple relationships at the same time. Do you think that the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, whatever, are those appropriate times to hash out that beef? Or should those, if there's dissension and people must be in the room together, siblings, cousins alike, should that be done separately if they don't see each other that often? Or what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think definitely separate, because why involve others in the beef? You know what I mean? And I think you have to have a little bit of bravery, a little bit of not compassion. What am I trying to say? So you need to be able to confront things head on. Like, you can't hide, right. Especially in the holidays. Where are you going to hide? You have to see these people, and then if you don't, now it's like, oh, now I know you're avoiding me, because you didn't come around. You know what I mean? And it's like, now it's like obvious, but it's like, we're adults. Again, what are you teaching your kids if you're not facing your problems head on? And it's not even a problem. It's like a one-sided beef. So it's like, why not just show up, handle your business, and move on? Again, life is fleeting, Vlad. To your point, am I going to be here tomorrow? Then what happens? You're going to be the main person crying at my funeral because you avoided me during the holidays. Be for real.
Come back and stab somebody.
Be for real. You know? If you care, show up. And again, doesn't have to be during the party or the holiday, but at least don't go into the new year with this, like, walking on eggshells having problem. Right. You know what I mean? And that's just what I think. Again.
Man.
Again.
It's sad, yo.
It's so sad. But it's like, how long is this going to go on?
My grandmother, when she was sick, she was talking about things that just all sorts of things from all different times of her lives. Because she had dementia pretty bad. Yeah. But she used to sing all the time, and she used to sing a song, and the song was, I don't hear mom again. Ooh. And what that means is, oh man, how much do I regret? Like, how much regret that I live with?
Yikes.
And I don't know if it was like a song that she heard somebody else sing, or she was singing the contents of her heart. But it made me think about, my grandmother was in the 90s. She was 94 when she passed away. What are all the things that she saw as she was reviewing her life and not making much sense of it, and be like, but had enough cognizance to be like, man, I do regret this. And when I think about the holidays, for example, my father wasn't at my son's birthday. Yeah. I don't regret that because it wasn't my call. And there are many holidays that my father missed. There were many holidays that I missed out on mine with other members of my family, people that I saw. They were more active in different times of my life than not. And it's like, sometimes I jack myself up, right, Angie? Because I'm like, am I doing enough to include them outside of just going there, kidnapping them and bringing them? But you can't do that.
You can't do that. And I think you said it best, Vlad, earlier when we were talking about how your dad missed the party. It's like, but your son was surrounded by so much love. You didn't miss the people that weren't there.
No. And I've been noticing that. Like, it's been a theme actually this holiday season, where in years prior, if somebody didn't come there'd be anticipation. And every family has those people where you don't know if they're going to come or they're not. And because you care about them, because you love them, or because you desire their presence, you're just anticipating. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop, or you were waiting for it to pick up. And when they wouldn't come, like when my father wouldn't come, it would just be such a letdown, because the anticipation was so high over these months that you're anticipating. And I got to a point where I realized, like, yo, there's nothing else I can do. And the regret that I have, the anticipation that I build, the emotions that build up, it's not them doing it. I'm giving them too much real estate. I'm giving them too much power. Nobody has that much power. No. And so when my father wasn't there, I didn't realize it until after the fact. And I realized, like, yo, you know what? First of all, I'm used to my man's not being there. It's not because he's being malicious. It's just how my dad is. Yeah. He can show up.
No, you're accepting him where he is. Yeah. And that's fine. But I feel like your dad not showing up obviously it's fine. Lito was surrounded by love. He didn't even miss him because you can't miss something you don't have.
That's true.
You know, but later on when Lito is older, your dad's the one that's going to have to answer for that, because Lito's not going to be dumb. He's going to look at these pictures. He's going to look at the holidays or whatever and be like, look, everyone's here except.
Well, you know what, though? I mean, my dad's up there. Our dads are up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if my dad's going to be around long enough to answer those questions.
Your grandma was 94.
Well, that was my mom's mom.
Yeah.
My dad's mom was 98.
Look at that.
So I would hope that he is.
Yeah. And Lito can have those conversations at 10. He could have, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be old enough to probably say, why weren't you there? And again, not from a place of hurt, because I don't think that he's requiring that relationship with your grandpa like you were requiring that relationship with your dad. You know, it's like different dynamics. But that'll be a valid question. And then you don't even have to worry about answering, because your dad's going to have to answer it.
He won't. Yeah, I'll tell you. No. I'll tell you what he'll do. No, I'll tell you what he'll do. He'll
I forgot why I didn't go.
Yeah, he'll either change the subject real quick, like when we ask why do we have two sets of last names, or he'll just avoid the conversation altogether.
Yeah,
and that's okay. I know that I'm gonna have to answer not for him, but about him. And I suppose my 2 cents on the matter is that you do the best that you can when you're trying to cultivate a culture. But look, everybody else around here loves you. Yeah. Everybody around.
Let's focus on who was there.
Right. And the people who don't show up,
they're the ones missing out.
Yeah, they're missing out. Like, we a good time. And here's the thing, man. Like, look, I'm not begging anybody in this season or any future seasons to be in my life. You don't want to be here. If you want to, if you can't recognize how good and how great and how beneficial, if it's not beneficial for you, I'm not for everybody, boo-boo.
Right.
If I'm not for you, then that's cool. Just tell me. That's my thing. Especially on the holidays. Like, yo, don't make everything revolve around your absence or your presence. Because eventually people are going to wake up and be like, you know what? I actually don't want you here. I'd actually prefer you not be here. Because things are smooth.
Yeah.
Nobody's griping. Nobody's grinding. Nobody's rushing. Nobody's doing any of that. Everybody's just cool. This season of holidays has been smooth. And it's because I've been spending it with people who want to be with me.
Yeah.
And
that's fair.
And my thing is like this too. If you're single, right? And I guess this will be my final thoughts on the matter. If you're single and you don't quite find where to fit during the holiday season, maybe you need some single friends, or you spend time with your family and friends if they have families and other dynamics going on. But you can also carve that time out for yourself. You see, I think, Angie, you know, I think people are afraid to spend time alone.
That's
in
it.
A healthy way.
That's it. Because you know what? I also hate being by myself, so I get it. And
so you would never have dinner in a restaurant by yourself?
Hell no. Hell no. No.
Wait, so you've never been like on a bus going somewhere and you had to have dinner by yourself or something, like you were traveling, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like
flying out by yourself or something.
Right. No, if I'm flying out by myself, it's to go be with others and I'm by myself. Of course, I'll grab something. Yeah, but I would never intentionally, like right now, at home, like I'm not traveling right now, and like I'll leave here and go get dinner. Why?
So you've never, I mean, obviously you don't drink, right? But like, it's, say you really wanted like a gummy drink or something.
Yeah.
You would never go to somewhere by yourself and just...
No, if I wanted to go out, I'll go out with Wallace. If we don't have childcare and I'm going somewhere and Wallace is home with the girls, I'll call one of my homegirls and we'll go out. I'm never going to be somewhere by myself. People go to the movies by themselves, not your girl.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just never, no. I've always, and maybe that's something else I need to talk about in therapy, but no, I've never, the only time I've ever lived by myself was when I was an RA. And that was like for 2 semesters.
Yeah, but technically you live with yourself or anybody else you don't.
Not in like my room, right? But it's like I was born, and I guess when I was born, but then when I was born, Emmy came 11 months later. So it's like I always shared a room. Then I was an RA, and then I moved in with Wallace. So then it's like I've always been with someone.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the same thing for me. Like, I've always lived. But here's the thing, though. I knew what even though I always lived with people in the house, like with my family, I knew what it was like to be alone. In that house. And when things were bad at home, or when things, you know, and it's actually, even whether it was bad or not, I think that's just kind of how it fell out in those first 10 years of my life. So when we lived all together, mother, father, brother, you know, after most of the time it would look like this. Like, I would eat, maybe my brother would be across from me, maybe he wouldn't. My mother would be doing this. We only ate together on special occasions. But aside from that, like, I'm in my corner playing my video game. Serge is upstairs. My brother's over. My dad's next door. He's in his room. My mom's over here selling Avon in her room. and it was very separatist in the way that we were living. So I always wanted to be around people. As a result, I wanted to. That's why when I was younger, man, I was addicted to the good times, man. Like I was always at the bar, not the bar, like drinking it, but I was always
just always out having a good time,
something like that, you know. And it wasn't until recently that I really valued spending time by myself.
Well, now
learning how to do it.
Yeah, after motherhood, I feel like I do value my quiet in my room, closing the door time. Like, you know, especially if it's been like a week or two of just me being on because Wallace was gone. As soon as he walks through the door, it's literally like he walks in and then I go hide in the room. You know, it's like his turn and I go check out. But never like outside of the house doing something by myself.
By the way, everybody, if you have kids and you're looking to level up your living space, make sure you have one. If you're looking at a house that has multiple bathrooms, it'd be great if one of those are in the basement. Because sometimes, like I said, we're in dad season right now. And so I just need to go and spend some quality time on the toilet. Nobody likes taking a rush shit. Nobody likes doing that. And so sometimes I had to like slow it down to the basement to do so, so that I'm not like within the sniff shot. You know what I'm saying?
And your kids can find you.
It's tough. You usually see that depicted about moms, and I've seen it happen with Jewel.
Oh, yeah.
Where Lito's like she went to the bathroom real quick, and Lito's banging on the door like a zombie.
Oh, always.
And I'm like, yo, Bo, can you let her have a moment?
No, there is no moment. Yeah, there was this one reel, and it was like, all I want for Christmas. Oh, no, what do your kids want for Christmas? And it was the dad walking around with the wife, wrapping her in paper. She's cooking. The kids want to bother her. Wrap her in paper. She's in the living room doing something. Wrap her in paper. She's in the room. She's in the bathroom. Because she is the gift to the kids. And the girls do bother me. If I'm doing something, they want to be there. What are you doing? Can I help? Pick me up. Let me do this. Let me do that. And it's like, go bother your daddy.
Lito's doing that now more too. He's like, Dad, what you doing? Dad, what you doing? And I happily explain. Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, yo, Dad, what you doing? I'm like, Lito, we've been in the same room for last 5
I want to look. Oh, and then I hear the chair dragging because you know Aria. She's going to push that chair and she wants to look. She wants to stand up on it and see what are you doing? Can I help? Can I flip? Can I stir? Can I? Yeah. Oh, and then I feel bad saying no. So then it's like, okay, now it's gonna take 15 years for this to happen. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let me see. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. You're doing it. Okay. Yay. Thank you so much for helping.
Yeah, it's like I really could have done about that. Just for like 5 minutes. Like yesterday, I was trying to put together Lito's tent that he got for his birthday. And this dude kept walking. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to put these sticks in here. And then they only held together by these drawstrings. And then he kept flumping around in there. So then the drawstrings broke. So now I got to figure out how to do that. And I was like, Lito, if you would have been listening to Daddy the last 50 times he'd asked you to please come out of the tent, then now it would be broke. Now I got to fix it. He's like, nah.
Do you know how many times they want to help me, or Aria specifically? Alana's better at this coordination. But Aria wants to help me stir scrambled eggs that she like flicks it and it's like on the wall, on the ceiling, on top of like the range thing. Just
they mean so well.
They do. And it's like you have to include them, but at what price? At what cost? My mental health.
And more stuff for me to clean up.
Right.
All right. So Angela, we've covered a lot today.
Yes.
What are your final thoughts?
What a great day.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. Include your single friends.
Yeah.
You know, the present should be their present. Don't require for them to bring someone. Don't expect them to.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's like they are the gift.
Yeah.
Stop leaving them out. Also, stop avoiding your conflicts.
Yeah. Come on with it.
Right. Stop avoiding your conflicts. Confront shit head on so your kids do the same. That's it.
Yeah, that's happened to mommy handing down the law.
Because I hate it.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't think I have anything to add
That's called
to that.
No notes.
No notes on that. Handle your conflicts. And whether it's even outside of the holiday season, look, you don't know when it is the last Christmas that you're going to spend with somebody. Even if that person is not here, you don't know when the last time you're going to spend with your mom and dad before their minds change and they don't remember who you are. You don't know when the last time you're going to spend with your sibling or your children or your nephews before something drastic changes.
Especially if they're close by. It's hard when you live apart.
Yeah. And like, you know, for you, you know that you chose to live out here, like you're apart. And even though it hurts, like, you know, I can't, you don't live with that regret knowing that,
no,
you know. But if I was right here and I knew that I was trying, and I could have invited my mans, or I could have gone out to reach them, those are the things I try to mitigate.
Yes.
And those are the things I know that if I don't do what I need to do that I'm going to regret. And I got to live with that. And some things are easier to die with than to live for.
Yep. Oh,
So,
wow. That was good.
And I don't know where that came from. Maybe it was the Holy Spirit.
Wow. Yeah, that was deep, Vlad.
Are easier to die with than they are to live with.
Hashtag trademark Vladimir Luson.
So that's all I got with that, yo. Holiday season. Make sure you take care of yourself. Check out our blog post. What was our blog post on, sis?
Oh, the 5 ways to be intentional during the holiday hustle.
During the holidays.
Yeah.
So that is up on our website right now.
Yeah, check it out. Blogs.
Rhythm.com. RootsandRhythmPodcast.com. And it offer still stands. You want to be a guest on this podcast, holla at us at the link below.
Hope you had a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Yeah, looking forward to 2026 and all the big things that are happening.
Listen, 2025 is a wrap, so make sure you give yourself some dap. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder and let's go. It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your number one embrace coach.
And Angie, la cyber mommy.
Out of here.
Stay rooted.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Roots and Rhythm podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay notified for all our updates, including new episodes. Until next time, y'all, stay rooted.
This watch, so it's counting my steps. It's pretty cool, but I need new tennis shoes, Vlad. I've had my tennis shoes since probably before Lana was born. So do you have any recommendations? I know you're on your fitness all the time.
I used to think that you had to spend at least $150 on shoes, sis, in order for you to actually get some quality ones. But I'm telling you, these new shoes that I tried out, it's like you're walking on air. Matter of fact, you don't even remember you're walking on them at all. It's like you don't even remember you put your shoes on. One time I thought I was barefoot. I'm like, yo, where's my shoes at?
Oh, I love that. And are they light?
Oh, they're super lightweight. They make my old shoes feel like dumbbells by comparison. I'm telling you, these shoes are comfortable, they're lightweight, and it doesn't even feel like you have them on. And on top of that, you can wear them anywhere. They're designed for people who are on their feet all the time, for the moms and dads who are chasing around the kids. So I would highly recommend them if you're looking for something new.
So what are they called and where can I get them?
You can get them at standplus.com. You go to standplus.com, put in our promo code ADX for an exclusive discount off of your next pair. They are the best all-day recovery shoes, so go ahead and get you a pair.
I'm excited. Thank you, Vlad.
Come on, let's do it.